Yeah, we're back. Episode 109. You know what time it is. It's Stereo Joe Show time. We're so excited to be back. We got a killer episode for you tonight. I got Remy and Nick chilling here in the house. I can't wait to bring them in just a few minutes. But thank you so much, guys and girls. Thanks so much for tuning in. This is episode 109. We've been going 5 seasons strong. We have 1 episode left until the season finale. So we are truly excited. But on tonight's episode, we have Julian Calv. We have Simon from the Jackknives. We also have Brad and Yohembe from Meridian Lights. And we have singer-songwriter Julia Roome coming on the show tonight. So it's going to be awesome. We're really excited you're tuning in. So make sure you hit that share button right now. As always, we got a video to kick it off. Let's get it going.
All right, one more time, everybody. I'm dried up. Say, I'm dried up. Well, I'm dried up. Man, let's hit this real quick. And I'm so tired of the way you treat me, babe. You always lie and keep your secrets from me. And I don't know why you feel you gotta treat me this way. But one thing's for sure, I'm about to hit the door. I ain't putting up with your shit no more because I'm all dried up now. Oh, baby, I'm all dried up, lady. Whoa, I'm all dried up now. Oh, baby, I'm all dried up, lady. Ooh, girl, sit on touch, baby. Cause I'm so tired of playing your games. Now you try to string me along, but now. One thing's for sure, I'm out to hit the door. I ain't putting up with your shit no more because I'm all dried up now. Hey, I'm all dried up. Whoa, I'm all dried up now. Whoa, I'm all dried up, yeah. Hey, baby. I'm dry. Anybody ever been in a bad relationship? Ooh, so dry. You tried everything you could. You done gave them money. You done gave them time. And it just didn't work. No, I'm playing. Ladies and gentlemen, y'all give it up for Mr. Alex Durr on saxophone.
Reminded me, I don't want to turn this off. It's just so good. All right, I was sad to interrupt that. That was so good. I was grooving in my chair. I started singing along, and then the groove started happening. I was so into it. But that was awesome. That was Huckleberry Funk, I believe, right? Yeah. All right, guys. What started off as a podcast to fill the time in during COVID has turned into so much more. Over 100 episodes in, we've been able to interview some of the coolest people. So we got another awesome show for you here tonight. As always, I'm joined with 2 amazing people who help make this show possible by basically holding my hand through life. So, guys, welcome to my parents to the show. Guys, thanks for coming on. On the couch cam, we got Remy and Nick. Woo, what's up?
Jimmy, do your homework.
Basically, that's what happens.
It's past your bedtime, son.
Yeah, they're always like talking about cleaning my room and shit. Really lame stuff, guys. But how you doing?
We're doing great. You did give a shout out to all the artists that have been a part of these 109 episodes, but I do also want to give a shout out to everyone who's been in any of the comments, any of the streams, that's been there to support and been on this musical journey with us as well, because it wouldn't be the same without any of you. So thank you for letting us do this for 109 straight episodes.
Absolutely. Rem, what are you thinking over there, huh?
I don't know. I mean, you guys said it all, really. You didn't leave anything for me.
Basically, he stole the show. What the heck, Nick? What about Remy?
Oh, hi, Mom.
Guys, Hey, Mom. You might see me. I'm drinking from this cool, one-of-a-kind Stereo Joe mug. I'm just saying, listen, if you rub me the right way, maybe we can get you one. But no.
Do you need a bottle?
That's what I'm saying. Guess what's in here, guys? I bet you can't.
Water.
Negative.
Are you asking us to guess?
Got that right here. Yeah, I'm asking you guys.
Oh, I don't know. Some type of soda?
Well, listen, I would ask you a quick question. What time is it? Because I can't see the clock from over here.
8:08.
8:08. Oh, yes. All right, we got 2 minutes. Nick, while you're on the screen with Remy, tell me about that beard.
People ask me all the time how the beard got this fine. I tell them it doesn't need to be a struggle if you also partner with the beard struggle. They've got products for beards of all sizes, whether you're just starting out or you've got a veteran beard growing on your face, they've got you covered. And if you're thinking it might break the bank, tell them Stereo Joe sent you by using checkout code StereoJO. Not only will they give you 15% off your entire purchase, if you happen to spend $40 or more and live in the U.S., they'll ship it to you for FREE. Who doesn't love free shipping, especially when it's for a special occasion, because shipping gets expensive.
Yeah, that's the
Amen.
truth. That is the truth. Guys, I'm so mad at myself. I put the computer too far away. I can't read anything. Does anyone have a pair of glasses I could borrow?
No.
We're going to bring in a magnifying glass for this next segment.
I need a telescope. That shit's so far away. No, but guys, we got an awesome lineup tonight. Our first guest is pretty cool. I don't know where Nick finds these amazing people, but this is like a sick-ass percussionist. I don't even want to say the instrument that he plays because I can't even pronounce it right. But do you want to give it a shot?
He says he's a Trimble player.
Oh, Trimba.
Yes.
I can say it.
Yeah. But it's Trimbist, I think is what he calls himself as.
Oh, a
the
Trimbist.
musician. Yeah.
Okay,
Makes
well,
sense.
Rem, do you know what a Trimba is?
I don't, and I'm very excited to learn.
All right, if you had to guess, what does it sound more like? A cat or an elephant?
Definitely an elephant.
I don't know. I just made up two dumb things. I can't believe she answered that. I thought she was going to throw something at me. Yes.
Is our first guest going to play an elephant? Stick around and find out.
Guys, let's find out what this sounds like. So, guys, honestly, first we got Julian. We're really excited. So, all right, Couch Cam, we're going to bring you back in a minute. I got a friend to bring on. We're going to be talking some cool stuff. But we're going to bring you in a little bit to talk to.
All right.
Guys, they'll be back. Guys, if you're just tuning in now, this is the Stereo Joe Show. I'm your host who had way too much Mountain Dew and maybe something else. I don't know. But these guys are having fun. We're having fun. I hope you are. We got an awesome bunch of guests tonight, so no one's going to see it unless you share it right now so they can. So please, up next, we got an awesome percussionist. He's classically trained. He does a lot of cool stuff. Let's get into it. His name is Julian Calv. Let's welcome him to the show.
Hey there, how you doing?
Doing well. What's going on?
Nothing much, just hanging out for the night.
I really appreciate you coming on. We're so excited to talk to you, and we can't wait. I know we got your video. I can't wait to show everyone what it sounds like. We got a sneak peek before. It's like mind blowing. How did you get into all of this?
Yeah, so this instrument, it was invented by this classical composer Moondog, and I was actually a very close friend of his student Stefan Lakatos, and via his help and a few other friends out in Europe, they helped teach me how to build a trimba and go ahead and continue on this tradition. It's been a wild ride that's been going on for about 3 years at this point now.
So you can actually manufacture one?
Manufacture might be a bit of a
Or
bold
like-
term. I can't make too many of them, but
Well, that's what I mean. Like you can build one.
yes, no, absolutely. And the one that I got, I built myself.
That is so cool. So the one we saw in the video, you actually created?
The very same one, yeah.
Oh my God. That. So dude, not only can you play the instrument, you can actually craft it. That's pretty rare.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, and it's interesting as well. The instruments aren't necessarily any of the trimbas which exist, which there's not too many of them out there, have all been handmade pretty much by any of the individuals who play them.
Really? Oh, man,
Yeah.
this is fascinating. Okay, cool. Well, before I go any deeper, because I want to talk about how you play it and your style and how you were using that maraca. I was like, this is so cool. But before that, what got you into music? And just tell us a little bit about you.
Sure, absolutely. So music has always been a pretty big part of my life. My father, he's actually a keyboard player. He does more like a classic rock kind of stuff. He plays in a glam rock band called Angel. But so I've always been surrounded by music in that sense. And when I went to high school, I began getting involved a lot more with a lot of my music classes, and then decided that I wanted to pick up music education and composition when I went on to college.
Nice. Okay.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, that's where you discovered this instrument.
Yes, it was in my my sophomore year of college was when I was introduced to the composer Moondog, but then I discovered shortly after that he built his own instruments, and the Trimba is just one of a whole bunch of instruments that this guy invented. He was a really cool fella.
That sounds pretty cool. That's awesome. So, all right. Now, do you do original? Have you written anything on this, or do you just perform other pieces?
Yeah, absolutely. So within the tradition of this instrument, people, the players will commonly compose what we call like percussion compositions that utilize the instrument itself, along with other sounds as well. I recently came out with a piece of music at the beginning of February called Route 4, actually, which uses ambient high sounds from the U.S. Interstate Highway Route 4. Uses the Trimba. It's also got a bongo in there, hand drums, some bells, and many other things as well. But during my collegiate years, I actually played this instrument in tandem with symphonic orchestral instruments like trombones, flutes, you name it.
That's so cool.
Yeah.
So you can compose all this stuff as well.
Yeah, absolutely. Part of my collegiate studies included teaching myself how to write for some symphonic orchestral instruments. I'll certainly say I haven't gotten around to recording a lot of these pieces of music yet, but I have a lot of hope and anticipation of being able to do that with due time.
That sounds exciting. For me, I know how difficult it could be to record a 2-minute song. I can only imagine what it takes to like record something so intricate and just just the precision and must be crazy.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. And I mean, some of those classical pieces of music, they can go on and on for like hour and a half or so. So you know,
A lot of those musicians are borderline like machines, though. It's just like they're so amazingly perfect. It's fascinating. I love it.
absolutely, yeah. It's like a lifetime of dedication, and like classical musicians, and I mean any musician who is well trained at a certain point. You know, it's admirable. You know.
So seriously is to me, it's another form of math. It's just like it's another language. It's so cool. But so all right. So now get into the main event. Your sick instrument. I love this thing. All right. So describe for everyone what we're about to witness and your technique for how to play this thing.
Absolutely. So what you're about to hear actually is it's a rendition of a piece I just released yesterday on any and all streaming services called Thorn and Roots. It's going to be introduced with a percussion improvisation, and then it will slowly transition into the actual song, Thorn and Roots itself. You're going to be hearing me play the Trimba along with a pair of bongos that's behind me, a balafon, which is a small marimba-like instrument that comes from Northwest Africa. And there's also going to be a little drone that kind of creates an undertone once the piece of the melodic part of the set comes into play.
This Northwest Africa, is that where the Eye of Africa is? Have you heard about this thing?
I have not. No, elaborate.
Oh, dude, people are saying this is the lost city of Atlantis. It's like you could see it from space. It looks like this circular thing, like that had the 3 layers of Atlantis. It's really cool.
Oh,
and
wow.
there's all these weird, mysterious things about it. You gotta look at that. The
I'll have
Eye
to check
of
that out,
Africa.
yeah.
It's so cool. It's such an amazing geological anomaly. I don't know. It's pretty cool though. So some people speculate it's like a melted down city or something because it's like I think it has like radioactive and there's like weird things about it. So check into it. Don't quote me on that, but I saw it somewhere. I forget. But
I'll
anyway,
certainly investigate. I'm curious.
I love it. All right, so you play this bad boy with a maraca. That's so cool.
Absolutely, yeah. Maraca and a clave.
That's so cool. All right, well, I'm excited. Nick, we got this queued up. All right, I'm excited. All right, we're gonna come back. We're gonna start it going, and we'll be right there.
All right.
Yeah. All right, bro. Sick.
Thank you. Thank you.
No, that is like just mind blowing. I'm like trying to figure out how many instruments are actually being played at once there. One, but it feels like there's like a whole army behind you. It's very cool.
Absolutely, yeah. And when I first listened to the music of Moondog as well, that's what really brought me in initially was because I was listening to this, and the first piece of music of his I listened to was an organ and his trimba playing. And so I recognized the organ, but I was like, it sounds like there's a whole percussion section. I thought it was like 5 people who must have been playing along with this organ. But then when I looked into it, I was like, there's just one instrument. It's amazing. It has a vast timbral scope to it.
Yeah, because it has all those different little components. I was like, huh. And it led me to this question. I see it has percussion and it has notes and melody in there. Which one do you lean towards more?
You mean like between like a rhythmic playing and a melodic?
Yeah. Do you find that you lean to be one or the other, or?
That's a good question. I would certainly say more rhythmic, certainly. I mean, a song like Thorn and Roots, for example, is very much birthed out of improvisation. The name actually comes from I do street performing up in Burlington, Vermont, and there's a juice bar there which is called Thorn and Roots, and I first improvised this song in front of that juice bar. But the improvisations normally come initially not really with a melodic thought, but more so some rhythmic ideas. So I'm tapping out some rhythms in my left hand, and the nature of the balafon, it's tuned to a pentatonic scale, so you can essentially play anything. It's gonna sound beautiful at the end of the day. But that kind of initial melody of da dum da dum da dum da dum, I got really fixated on, just kind of kept messing around with it. So rhythmic is what I'd say.
That's awesome. Yeah, because I was like, oh wow. I was like, you got both in there, which honestly, because most musicians generally, not always, like there's crossovers, but usually someone picks one or the other. But
Absolutely.
that's what the piano always fascinated me too, because it's technically a percussion instrument, but I'm like, there's notes there, man. So it like always blew my mind. It's like a hybrid, but this is the ultimate hybrid.
It is. Yeah. Oh, sorry. Yeah. What were you gonna say?
No. How does this cymbal work on there? I see you guys cymbal like.
Yeah, so that's a great question. So even in that recording, the microphone doesn't catch it up too well, just because my at-home setup is a little janky in its sense. But the cymbal actually acts as a built-in reverb to the trimbo itself, and I have it. I'm gonna angle my camera a bit so you can see. I do have it just kind of sitting here right behind me. You can see the cymbal is hanging off on the side here. Now, when you hit the rim of the trimba, like that part right there, what happens is that the cymbal echoes as well along with the sound. So it kind of creates this atmospheric, metallic, airy sound while the instrument's being played. And that's the purpose of the cymbal. But on occasion, sometimes in performance, I will actually hit the cymbal as an added percussion timbre.
So it's like it kind of has like a steel guitar effect to the frequencies in a way, or vibrations.
Yes, very similar to that. Or even if you think of like how sitars have sympathetic strings, which are like these backup echoing strings, similar to that, similar to a steel guitar as well, though. You're absolutely right. Yeah.
Interesting. That's really cool. Oh, I love it.
Yeah. And I see there's a question. Yeah, I see Caroline in the comments is asking if I incorporate Middle Eastern notes. Not necessarily, but I did notice earlier you were saying that there's hints of our American roots in there, which great picking that up. As a matter of fact, the tradition of hitting a drum on its side with a maraca, Moondog actually got the idea from when he visited an Arapaho reservation when he was very young. His father was an Episcopal minister, but when they would go to visit the native reservations, instead of joining his father in the missionary work, Moondog would actually join the natives instead on the music making side of things.
That's cool.
Yeah, but so he got the idea of being able to hit drums in a way like that from the Arapaho people.
That's cool. I love bringing in the music like that. Just like that's how new music's created, new genres. It's so cool.
Yeah, for sure. It's a great synthesis of many different cultural sounds,
I love it. Well, all right. I got two of my co-hosts here. I got Nick and Remy waiting in the wings. Let me bring them on. Welcome to the stage.
Let's see him. Hello, Couch Cam. Hello, friend. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hey, Julian, it's a pleasure to officially meet you. I do want to give credit to the street playing that you mentioned. That's actually how I did find you. I came across one of your videos where you were performing that on the street. I was always wondering if that was something that you brought to venues as well, because it seems like a lot to kind of bring each time. I wonder if there's like a simplified version that you do if you're taking it on the road.
Yes, and that's actually a great question. So it's kind of still a bit of a discovery process as of right now. I have played a couple of shows where I pretty much bring my truck up and I just go in and out, bringing in so many different things with me. The street performance setup is usually a little bit more watered down in the amount of things that I have, but it's still something that I'm trying to figure out a good way to go ahead and bring this to live settings. Because I do like to play with a lot of other musicians who are native to like the area that I'm in right now. But yeah, it's a bit of a discovery process right now. The newest addition in that setup, though, has actually been that drone sound that you heard underneath came from a Bluetooth speaker that I put on top of the Trimba. And I play that drone in tandem with the balafon, and I actually sing along with the drone as well. I just didn't for this performance, though.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I love it. Yeah. Sorry,
Yeah.
I know you want to say something.
No, I'm almost like speechless, honestly.
I was actually going to ask you about that drone sound. Do you normally play with like other sort of backing tracks and other tones that come along with it, or do you try to fill in with live musicians normally?
So as of now with my street performances, I don't have any backing track. It's normally just percussion compositions that I'll play on the spot or with the balafon as well. In some performances I do have a guitar player locally who I will play with, and we actually do arrangements of Moondog's music. We do some original music that him and I co-composed together as well. But I have actually thought about the idea of creating backing tracks to play along too, just because it's a lot easier to pull up a backing track on a speaker than bringing like 4 violinists onto the street with me,
Yeah, honestly. And I was gonna it's funny you said that, Nick, because I was gonna like think maybe this could be an angle for you. But say you're like trying to play like a certain restaurant that has like a certain cuisine or something, you could like get a backing track that's more geared towards that. And then if you go to another place, and it just has to even be 1 or 2 sustained sounds, like whether it be strings or with the live performance, I could definitely see a cello working out with you too.
Jimmy's producing your next album.
Sounds like a plan, yeah. No, but you're right though, because the natural nature of it is it's already so full in sounds. You don't need to add too much more, but some type of like a curtain, a wallpaper, a little bubble to cover you up would go a long way.
Sorry.
No, you go.
No, it's okay. All right. Do you gig a lot with a full band like that? Like, how do you what?
No. So as of right now, I mostly do just the street performing up and down all throughout Vermont. And then on occasion, when opportunities do arise, I'll play with a guitar player who I have, who is a friend of mine. And I do have another friend nearby who has begun singing with us as well, but we haven't gotten out and done too many performances with it yet.
That's cool.
And do you like outdoor or indoor gigs better?
It's difficult. I like outdoor just because of the natural presence of just being in a nature-esque environment. But indoor gigs are nice because the Trimba sounds so good in like a room with a nice reverb or a nice echo. It totally fills out the sound, gives it a different timbre. There's this one time I was playing with an organist at a church, and that was the first time I got to hit those drums inside a church, and that is phenomenal. I love it.
Yeah, I was just watching a really cool video. You can go down these video rabbit holes, and they were saying that these old cathedrals were actually the instrument as well, that the organ was attached to them, and they were specifically measured out to have the resonance of the notes to bounce and reflect a certain way. And I was like, wow, I never thought of it like that. Like the actual structure is a part of the body of the instrument. So it's just mind-blowing to think.
To add
Absolutely.
something to it, a part of that was used actually for like vibrational healing.
Yes.
Yeah, I think I saw the same video as you.
Oh, okay. Yeah, man. This is why we're friends.
Yeah, it's really interesting how they did that.
Wow.
Honestly, I know music is so amazing. It's so fascinating, but sadly, we're getting towards that time where I got to let you go, but this was so fun. You were so great to talk to, so thank you so much. But where should everybody go to check out your links?
Yes, absolutely. So any of my links can be found. I have a link tree that I think Nick actually sent the link for it in the chat there. So go ahead, click on the link tree, and the link right below that, Decker Entertainment is my artist page with the record company I'm with. On there, there's a pre-order for a vinyl that I'm going to be releasing on May 5th is going to be the date for that, but pre-orders are up for it right now. There's the links again for it. But yeah, go ahead and hit the link tree. There's a link for anything you like, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok. I even have a Twitter. I'm not on there too much though, but feel free to follow any of them. And if you enjoyed the show too, please do send me a message. I would love to go ahead and speak to you and just say hello. Very approachable.
Yeah, hell yeah. I love it. And you're a great dude on top of it. It was so nice to talk to you. Guys, I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
absolutely.
I know you're trying to say something.
No, so it was great to meet you, and we hope to see you again and see what takes you on your musical journey, where you go, and we'd love to be part of it in the future again.
Absolutely. Yeah, it was very nice meeting you guys, Jimmy, Nick, and everyone as well.
Nice to meet you.
Such a
Thank you
pleasure.
for-
And we'll be in touch. We'll talk to you soon.
For sure. Absolutely. You guys have a great night. Thanks for having me.
You too.
Thank you.
Have a good one. Everyone go follow Julian right now. Thank you so much. He was awesome. All right, Couch Cam, we're switching seats. Guys, we got another guest coming up. We got Simon waiting in the wings. We are so excited to talk to him. He's in a band called the Jackknives. It's coming on one sec. We'll be right there for you. Ah!
Everybody, let's give it up for Simon.
Yeah, what's up,
Hey,
guys?
Simon, how are you?
I'm doing well. How are you, man?
I'm doing awesome. Thank you so much for joining us. We're really excited to have you on the show tonight. Can you tell us a little bit about your band, introduce what you do with the band as your role, and what your music kind of sounds like a little bit for people that are new to you?
Yeah, man. The band is called the Jackknives. We're from Anaheim, California. We are a punk rock band, I guess, but we some people call it melodic punk. Some people call us not punk rock at all. I feel like we're just a rock band. We're kind of what punk rock turns into when you get past 30, just a little slower and more melodic. We write probably write catchy songs. I'm the singer and rhythm guitarist in the band. There's 3 other members: Gerardo, Ferris, and Hugo. We just put out a new record last week called "For the Lovers, for the Fighters," and people seem to be enjoying it so far. So we're pretty stoked on that.
Awesome. Yeah, shout out to the 3 guys that aren't here with us tonight, but are here with us in spirit.
Yeah.
And you're very right about catchy, because I heard you a little bit in soundcheck, and everyone's going to dig what you have prepared for tonight, because I personally love it, and I think they're going to as well. There's always been such a debate about what is punk and what isn't punk, but what would you say are some of your inspirations and some of your bands that you used to listen to that kind of helped pave the way for your sound?
Yeah, I mean, I listen to a lot of different types of music. We all do in the band. I grew up I grew up in England, but I grew up listening to punk rock.
What part of England?
I grew up in a town called Weymouth on the south coast of England. I was born in Tottenham in North London, so if there's any Spurs fans out there.
The Spurs, I was going to say.
Yeah, so I grew up there. Grew up listening to punk rock. We were little skate rats or whatever back then. But bands like NoFX and Green Day and stuff. But as I got older, like
Awesome.
I said, the more melodic punk. My favorite band of all time is called the Gaslight Anthem. They're a great band from New Jersey. So I
That's
take
where
a lot
we
of,
are.
Oh, there you go. Yeah, it's your hometown heroes, man. But I take a lot of influence from them. Some people might say too much, but they're my favorite band. But the other guys in the band got different influences. Ferris is a big Social Distortion fan. Our drummer Hugo, I know he likes a band called Maná, which is a Mexican kind of rock band. And then Gerardo, our bass player, he loves all these cool bands that I've never heard of, like all these psychobilly bands and everything. So I don't know. We try and write just like I said, catchy punk rock music, but it's a little bit slower than it used to be.
No, that's awesome. And I felt like I could see a little bit of that Social Distortion influence with one of your music videos where you had some of the old cars in there that definitely had like the old school punk rock vibe. And speaking of which, you had mentioned about For the Lovers and For the Fighters. Do you want to tell us a little bit about the album and what it was like recording that, and maybe even the song that you have prepared for us tonight, if it's from that?
Yeah, it is. I'm gonna play a really mellow version of our song called "Kill Me First." But we recorded this album literally in a closet at home. It's on a one of those tiny little $200 interfaces. We know nothing about recording or mixing or engineering, that side of it, but we do know how to write pretty good songs, I think. So that's what we do. And we went in and we recorded it, and it came out and it sounded pretty good. So we put it out. There's 8 tracks on this record, and it's been out a week, and it's got over 10,000 streams in a week, which for us just blew our minds completely. Yeah, we had the 3 years prior, and the one record we had prior to this probably had 3,000 streams in 3 years. So for 10,000 streams in a week on one record, and all the feedback we're getting, it's like, okay, people like it. We're proud of it. It's got some good songs on there. So, we're looking forward now. Okay, let's go record a professional record in a studio now and put that out. See what happens there. So that's where we're going to go next, play some shows or whatever. But yeah, the song tonight I'm going to play is called Kill Me First. And it was the single that we put out, I guess, with a little music video. And again, people seem to enjoy it. It's a catchy little song. So, but I'll do a little stripped down acoustic version of it.
Awesome. I can't wait. And I don't know, do you have any settings you need to change before you do perform?
Yeah, let me just change something on here real quick and we'll get going.
Okay. Perfect.
Simon, how good is he? I already forgot. So I'm glad that between you guys, someone remembered.
All right. Stereo.
So yeah.
Go ahead and take your time now, baby. You're just a blank page turning, maybe. So write it down, set it down. This is your night to fight. And have you tried a little romance lately? Or is this story gonna drive us crazy? Ain't nothing like a little hope to light up the night. Guilty lover didn't fit you so well. Second chances falling back off the shelf. Sorry baby, but it's all my fault. Saw you dancing all alone in the cold. Crashing parties with no headlights on. Burning candles, singing punk rock songs. Levi jackets and the way you smile. Fighting feelings haven't felt for a while. Hold your breath, cause baby things will get better. Kill me now, I'll haunt you forever. Go ahead and take your time now, baby. I'm by your side, I'm forever waiting. Hold me close, let me know this is your night to fight. I'm looking back on a past that's waiting, and tattoos that are slowly fading. Under the moon on the hood, we're held just so tight. That wedding ring that never fit you so well. Second chances falling back on yourself. Sorry baby, but it's all my fault. Saw you dancing all alone in the cold. Crashing parties with no headlights on. Burning candles, singing punk rock songs. Levi jackets and the way you smile. Fighting feelings haven't felt for a while. Hold your breath, cause baby things will get better. Kill me now, I'll haunt you forever. I'll haunt you forever. You said I love you more than the stars in the sky, but your name just escapes me tonight. I love you more than the stars in the sky, but your name just escapes me tonight.
That was awesome.
Thank you. Let me change these settings. Cool.
That was well written, well sung. I love your voice. I love the way that you write. I saw the love in the comments and the love backstage. Let's get the other hosts on so they could join in this love fest right now. Let's give it up for Jimmy, James, and Remy. And let's give it up for Simon because that was amazing.
Woo!
Yeah, that was
Bro,
awesome.
great performance, man. I was loving it. Love the lyrics. Love your singing style, man. It's really good, man.
Nice.
Who
I
do you
think
think yourself could be the closest to singing wise?
who would I say I think I sound like singing? Kind of
Yeah.
influence? I don't know. I try to. I don't know, man. When growing up, I really liked Billy Joe from Green Day, but I don't think I sound like him.
No, you don't. No, you don't remind me of anyone in particular. I was just curious to know, like, is there someone that you like tried to like you built off of? Like, I grew up loving Axl Rose, and I always wish I could be him. And I try to think I can't because it's I don't sound like that. It's Axl Rose, But
if you're singing with some passion and there's some emotion behind it, obviously, like the greatest singers to me are the Sam Cookes and the soul singers of the world, right? They sing with just, you can feel it when they sing. I'm not anywhere near that level, obviously, but if somebody's singing, whether it's Sam Cooke or whether it's a guy in a open mic night in a bar, but you can feel some passion and some emotion in what they're singing, then yeah, I'm sold. That's so I try and sing. I try write lyrics that are meaningful and not obvious, if you know what I mean. I don't like lyrics that are obvious and you're rhyming this with that or whatever. I try write lyrics that are meaningful and that people can relate to, and if you sing it with some emotion and some meaning, then somebody's going to relate to it.
I love it. Now, I'm sorry to bring it back to England, but I gotta ask. I love England. I'm so fascinated. How old were you when you came to the States?
I was 21 when I came to California. I came out on a surf trip and decided, that's the water.
And you love the weather.
Yeah, the water was warmer. The weather's great. The music's great. Food's great. So that was that. And then 15, 16 years later, I'm still here. So.
That's awesome.
But England is.
You look like you're 26, bro. How did this happen?
Yeah, that doesn't happen.
The math doesn't make sense, man. Dude, no, that's awesome. So, okay, Remy's telling me I'm like a manager producing everyone on the show over here today. So I know what we got to do with you. She said, sorry in advance. You know what? This is gold right
I
here.
always have to apologize for you.
I know. Remember the one show we were on? Oh my God. Okay, so this is what we gotta do. We definitely gotta get you in the studio, bro. You sound so good already as it is. I'm sure what you have is dynamite, but in the studio, dude, they do this little magic, this little stuff. I don't know. No, I know a little bit, but trust me. And then we can get you harmonized. I just recently saw this thing, dude. I saw behind the scenes of Thriller, audio only. 14 harmony tracks.
Holy shit! Yeah.
I was like, what? But it was
our records right now are like I said, we record them in a closet, and we don't know what we're doing. We're going in the studio with a guy called Riff, who he just recorded the last No Effects album, so he knows what he's doing.
Really?
Ooh. Yeah. So that's gonna be our next project. So he's gonna make us hopefully sound or help us sound where we want to be and what we want to sound like. So
now I know you're more punk, but what you just did, this like tender, more vulnerable side, like you said, it brought up a little bit more of the soul in your voice. I'm feeling it, just so you know. I don't know what direction you want to go, but if I was your manager, no.
It's like Kanye over here. Let me be your manager.
Listen, I'm older. I'm more like Puff Daddy. Okay, I'm old
No, it's
school.
a song.
Oh, well,
It's called
clearly.
Overnight Celebrities.
All right. Listen to him, Campbell Kardashian. I don't know this stuff, okay? Listen, I hope you're loving this, Mateo. That's our number one. No, okay. Anyway, listen. All right, Rem. What? Nick, you take over. I'm just sitting here. I forgot what I'm talking about. Anyway, I love you.
So we have a new album out, a new album possibly on the horizon. We have some old music videos. Do we have any other music videos coming up? Or are you looking to maybe do a little bit of touring?
Anyone to start with?
We're gonna play some shows. We're gonna start playing some shows on the back of this album, mainly local, California. We're talking to some other artists too, that which we might open up for, which will be bigger shows maybe in the fall. So that we're waiting to see what happens with that. So definitely some shows. We're already writing this next record as well as the record's been out a week and it's great. I'm proud of it for sure. But I listened to it already and I'm like, we can do better. I could do better than this. I know I can. So yeah, there is going to be another music video. We found this cool like diner set that we want to do something with. So but that'll probably be for the next record now.
Okay, very exciting.
Very exciting.
Yeah. And,
I mean, we're an independent band. Which to me that's punk rock, right? We just go out and we do it. We don't wait for anyone to tell us. We just do it. And if people dig it, which they seem to be, we keep doing it. So that's what's going on. And yeah, to me, you can say, they're not punk rock.
I'm getting excited. I'm all in, brother. I'm all in. Listen, when you were performing,
The
actually,
stripping manager.
yeah. Well, hey, listen. Whatever brings the people in for my crew, okay. Listen, while you were performing, I booked a ticket out to Cali. I'm on my way, bro.
Sounds good. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah.
I love it. And you said you guys do it all yourself. You're kind of self-done band. So when it comes to roles outside of music, does anybody have is there anything that they're responsible for? Or do you guys just all kind of do it all evenly, or how does that kind of all fall?
Yeah, we all just chip in. We're all first and foremost, we're just doing this to have fun, man. Like that's it. But we keep saying, right, we'll do this, we'll put it out. If we get a good response, we'll take it to the next level, right? And it keeps going that way. So the boys all chip in. We all do something. Drado's figuring out a vinyl record release for this album right now, so we're gonna get that out there. The merch and all that stuff. But we're just building it little by little, but everybody chips in like that punk rock approach. We're all self-taught musicians. We're the opposite of the first dude you had on, which was rad. He's the technical musician completely. We're the self-taught. We know 4 chords, and but we can write catchy songs, right? So that's we gotta love all of it, So
yeah, who was it? Bob Dylan said all you need is 4 chords and the truth.
yeah, that's exactly it, right?
Yeah, and that's the formula, and you guys have unlocked it clearly with the feedback you've been getting through your music platforms, but also what we heard tonight. You guys are on the right track and keep doing what you're doing because we love it.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we appreciate having us on, and we'll keep you posted and see where we end up. Hopefully, we'll come to Jersey and play with the Gaslight Anthem.
Yes.
I'm there. And one of our good buddies is huge Gaslight Anthem fans.
Yeah.
So listen, trust me, we're catching up.
Yeah.
But listen, Simon, I feel so bad. We're getting that time where I gotta let you go, and Tottenham in the house. But listen, we do gotta run. But where should everyone go to check you out? And what's the number one thing that you want them to do?
Listen to our album, and if you like it, follow us on Spotify. Go to thejackknives.com. That's our main website. From there, you can get to our Instagram, which is at @the.jack.knives. Just go to thejackknives.com and you'll find all the links for everything. Listen to it, and if you like it, follow it, and we'll keep putting more music out.
Awesome. Yeah, make sure to check them out. They just put out a new album, so you know that it's got momentum right now. You're going to love it, especially if you liked what you heard tonight. And we can't wait to hear more of what you have on the horizon.
Boom. And thank you so much for coming on. Shout out, everyone. Go and follow them right now, the Jackknives. Thank you so much. We'll catch you later. Be good. This is Couch Cam signing off. Guys, stick around. We got Bradley backstage right now from Meridian Lights. We'll put on a quick video. We'll be right there. Nick, get ready to 3, 2, Here it is. Boom. We'll be right there. Stick around. We're coming right.
Drop everything and run. You'll find child who needs you more this not friend. My friend. Find some place to hide. With the trees and the mountains in the wild life.
All right, guys, we are back. I'm so excited. We're having an awesome show so far. Some of the killer musicians, really interesting stuff. And we're not going to be let down with this next group. I am so excited. We got Meridian Lights. We got Bradley and Yohembe chilling backstage right now. They're going to be performing for us, which is really awesome. So please, let's get them on the show. Please welcome to the show, Bradley. Hey.
Hey.
How you doing?
What up, y'all? Yeah.
Hey, if you could, I think we gotta hit that 70 button real quick.
The audio stuff?
Yeah, I don't know what happened.
I did. I turned it off. I don't know.
Shoot. That's all right.
Yeah, you said
the blue button.
Yeah, you said turn off the echo cancellation, correct?
Go put it on if you could. Just for now. I know we'll turn off for the performance.
Oh, I see what you're saying. I'm sorry.
No, that's okay. Boom. All right, that's so much better. You'll see on the playback. You just hear.
Okay.
Well, that's okay. Well, guys, what's going on? How you doing?
We're good, man. We're excited to be here. So yeah.
So
great. Yeah, we've been enjoying watching the interviews and everybody. And the music, hearing the music and stuff for sure.
I know that first instrument, the tambi, what was it called? Tambe? I can't say it. I always mess it up. But it was so interesting. It was like 15 instruments in one. It was like a xylophone looking thing. I was like, this is fascinating. Different types of drums. But yeah, so all right, well tell me a little bit about the band.
Sure, we're based in Brooklyn, New York. We exist in a few ways. Sometimes it's a full 4-piece band, very rock heavy, and then there are times where it's just Yohembe and I we do acoustic. So yeah.
I love it. Yeah, I was so excited, and I was happy and sad to hear before that the song we was heard before was just an improv. So I'm not going to hear it again. But like, you guys were great. What are we going to be hearing in a little bit?
I think we're gonna do Rashida, which is one of our last single that came out a couple of months ago, and it's a very special song to us because in that whole release of that song we worked with and partnered with 38 real Rashidas. So it's just like a special song to us.
How did you connect with everybody?
What did we do?
Social.
That's so cool.
Using social medias, referrals, just kind of like doing a couple campaigns, just like saying, hey, because people know the song because we perform it, and so we were just kind of like, hey, it's that time, and so we did a lot of like referrals and just kind of just general saying, hey, if you know anyone named Rashidas, and actually we even did some like cold calling, just reaching out from Facebook saying, hey, you don't know us.
I love it because you know what, we were talking before about art and how we're like creators and just like to get out, be creative in different ways. And that's definitely a super cool original idea that I never heard anyone do. That's why I was like, oh, how did they come up with this? That was sick.
Awesome.
Yeah. So okay. So you do 2-piece or up to a 4-piece depending. And how does the music come about? How do you decide what song you're gonna do? Oh, let's do this cover. Like, does one person come up with it and everyone's like, yeah, that sounds good, or does everyone bring something in? How does it go?
I mean, I think the thing, a lot of just the way the song something hits us. A lot of times it'll just be from that, and I think what allows us to continue making music and stuff like that is that we're still inspired by the way things sound and feel when they sound and feel the way we kind of like envision it to be. So it's like sometimes, you know, because there is you know, there's your body, there's your mind, and there's your instrument. And sometimes what we do on these instruments, it makes us excited, just like music always has. And so whenever we find that moment happening, then that's how we know we got something. You know, we've probably written a couple hundred songs in our lifetimes, but we still feel excited about it, you know? So yeah.
But when everyone looks at each other and you're like, yeah, this is it. That's when you know. Because you can just tell, like, you know, you hit that chord or whatever it is, and someone just going into the right groove at the right time, and you're like,
exactly.
And that's what makes music so great, you know. And then if you could experience that with a group of people watching too, that's like just the pinnacle of life, in my opinion, you know.
Yeah.
So if you could open up for one group, who would it be? I told you I was going to ask you easy questions, and now I'm just thinking all these great questions. But if you could open up for any group, past, present, doesn't matter, or maybe even like 2 or 3 off the top of your head.
I would say like Thin Lizzy. I would have liked to have been on a tour with them.
That's sick.
I would have carried some amps. I would have done it all.
I love it.
Wow.
That guitar work at Thin Lizzy's great.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, it would have been. Oh man, you already know. So definitely.
And what about you, Bradley? You still thinking or pass?
Yeah, it's so many people. I don't know. I don't know, honestly. I have 2 different groups of people. One is like Fela, and another one is
You said Fela?
Yeah, it's a Fela. Yeah, Fela, and then the other one I'll say is, believe it or not, it'll be Jay-Z.
Yeah, I'd love to open up for Jay-Z as well. That would be insane. I'd love that. Oh my God, I know. Nick and I, we'd love to open up for the Red Hot Chili Peppers, so we cheated and we opened up for the Red Not Chili Peppers, which was insane. They actually were pretty big cover bands. So it was a lot of fun. But, so you just gotta find a way to cheat, bro. We'll get you on that tour.
I love it. I love that.
So I'm so excited. I heard you guys perform before. It was awesome. I can't wait. So, all right, let's get to it now. So we're going to change that setting, and then we're just going to pop right back in when you guys are done.
Gotcha. Bam. All right.
I want to hit you. You can start over. No, that's bad.
Shida, I can feel your pain. Shida, you are the only sun in the rain. Oh, Shida, this time of you the world. I know that there were lost with you, Rashida. I'll be running after you. I don't care if you wanna go away. I'll be running back to you. Oh, a bird sing, we sink or swim. I'll be running after you. I don't care, 'cause I know you can stay away. Shida, I can feel pain. Shida, you are the only sun in the train. Shida, they promise you the world. I know I'm never lost with you, Shida. Oh, Rashida,
Moving the body rock, higher than a mountain top. She wants us some more, but where you wanna go? Moving the body rock, higher than a mountain top. She wants us some more, but where you wanna go?
Ooh, that last word. Yeah. Guys, so nicely done. I'm a fan of Rashida. I was into it, and then you hit that chorus, and you really let your voice go, and I was like, oh, shit. I was, oh, wow. And then you go back to it, and you guys really work so nicely together. You put in the little perfect riff at the right time. Guys, I can only imagine what a full band sounds like. Really nice.
Appreciate it.
Appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Nick did a good job. He got a lot of cool music on. Let's get him in here, guys. This is Nick and Remy. Please welcome to the show. Oh, wait. I had the wrong button. There we go.
That was amazing.
Yeah.
You guys killed it. The music, your voice was fantastic.
Appreciate it. Thank
Yeah,
you.
it's
Thank you.
incredible. The
Thank
high
you.
notes that you hit were phenomenal. It was beautiful, really.
I
man.
saw in the comments about us playing a show together. I've been looking to play some New York venues, so we should exchange information and get a show going. Because that was great.
Absolutely. We're definitely down with that.
And we got to get you on stage for a song, too. But just saying, you
Oh,
know.
yeah.
But honestly, I would love – we're really fun. We have a good, fun show. So we fit in with any style, and we usually love to have someone come. You're like a phenomenal singer. You're great on guitar. So if you guys would come do a song with us even,
Yeah.
I know we're making – let's just do an album together, guys. Forget it. You know what? No. But
Come on, let's go together.
you know what, guys? You know what? I'm going to call some people. No.
Here he goes again.
I'm really curious. I have to know, where does the name Meridian Lights come from?
Take that one.
I mean, it was just kind of like the thing that this project is always just kind of has been about is like two dudes that love creating and writing songs or love songs and really kind of wanted to just be in a situation where we're just creating and writing a lot of songs. And so, when we were working with the project, that was kind of what happened. We just all of a sudden just started writing a lot, and we were kind of looking at music and looking at life and what we were talking about and what we were going through at that time. And we kind of were like, just started talking about this thing that kind of like, unifies everything. And for us, it's been art, because the music helps us we look at it as art as like being the prefix for articulate. And like, we look at music and art and songs as being a way to kind of describe, define, and look at our lives and assess it. And so like Meridian, in a lot of ways, when you look at different kinds of medicine or something, the meridian could be like, the meridian notes or, on the human body, or, different things like that. And so that's kind of where Meridian just kind of came about. And then the lights part was just kind of related to just, that when you're really paying attention, the intersecting points of all things, there's light there if you really are looking for it. And that's just kind of one definition. If someone asked me tomorrow, I might say something different. That's what I'm saying today.
I love it.
I do. I like it too, honestly. And it makes sense. It's like consciousness and bring it all together. So I love it, man. It's cool.
Awesome.
So what are you guys doing next? What's on the horizon? Are you looking to get a new guitar player for you guys? No. But really, what do you
Name Jimmy James.
Yeah, I mean, I might know something. No.
He'll also manage your band.
Yeah, bro, come on. Yeah, we're going on tour. No, but what are you guys thinking in the future? Are you trying to find another, like a saxophone player to go along with that? Because I could hear, like during one of the children's, because you always say too, I love the dynamicness in the song.
Mhm.
You know, you guys were really great about that. Even just with one instrument, you were really able to bring that out.
Appreciate it.
I mean, I think our next move, I think it's really we have 2 unreleased albums, and so our next move is we're really focusing on identifying how many new followers and email addresses we want to acquire, and we have like a benchmark, and then we're working towards that number to be able to release release the project, and then do that again, and then release the next project. So we're really kind of like, just focusing on having a method to how we're approaching this next release, and kind of like, what is the right time? What is the right conditions for us to release a project? We worked really hard on it. We're really excited, and we can't wait to pull the trigger on it. But then what do we want to release to? Like, what is the world that we're going to create to promote our music to, rather than looking at this whole entire world, hoping that they recognize and hear about us, but like really focus on the people that are resonating and responding to us, and gathering them. And I don't want, no disrespect, but corralling, who is our market, and who are the people that want to hear our music, and who wants to get an email from us. And so we're really kind of just excited about focusing on that. And it doesn't make the art or anything like have less of a pleasant or pleasure to it, but we feel like we're protecting the art by making sure that we create the right environment to release it into. And also that's something that we're really excited about. It's been fun. Got a little crew together of, of people that we really work with and trust, and trying something out in that way.
And you want to have the music, like you're saying, delivered to the people that want to hear it, or the art that the people want to see or listen to. So I agree, and I think that's awesome, man. And you guys are on to something. So I want to hear more. I really do want to catch up with you one of these days. And sadly, we're getting close to the end. So I want everyone to make sure they go and follow you. So where's the best place to find you and connect with you guys?
Sure, we're in all the major social media platforms. Instagram is at Meridian Lights. TikTok is at Meridian Lights. Facebook is Meridian Lights Music. So those are the 3 main places that you can find us, and we're active in all 3 of them. So yeah.
Awesome. Okay, good. So when I message you, I'm going to hear back from you. That was my point. I was just trying to get their contact info. Got them. Now I'm going to message you tonight. Be like, yo, let me join up. No, but really.
We want to say what up to Caroline in the chat.
Shout out.
Shabbos, I don't even want to go for it, but it's a powerful last name. But Caroline, thank you for, recognizing and giving love. Appreciate you.
Yeah, we got awesome people that watch the show and support the artists that we have come on. So thank you so much. And you're going to be hearing from them as well. So thank you guys so much.
It's crazy that I've never, one of the people that's closest to me in the world, like one of my first friends and like brothers for life, and their dad is kind of like close with my family and my mother and father. His name is Fantauzi. So Nick, I've never seen I don't know. You might have
what's his name?
Khalil.
Oh, I don't.
Khalil.
I do have family from New York. I'll have to ask my dad about that.
Yeah, there's still some of them in Puerto Rico, and there's still some of them in Florida. But I know that,
that could be his family, bro. Yeah. That's funny. All right. Well, we're gonna have to figure it.
Because when you initially reached out, I thought you were a family member. So that's interesting. So yeah.
No way. We're gonna have to talk.
Yeah, we're gonna have to figure that out. Well, listen, thank you so much for coming on. We're gonna play Connect the Dots next episode with you. We'll figure out how that we know you. It's gotta be that one. No, okay, yeah. But anyway, it's so nice meeting you guys. Have a great night, and we'll catch you guys later.
Thank you,
guys.
Thank you.
Good night. Guys, this has been such a fun show. We've had some really cool guests. Make sure you go follow Meridian Lights right now. They were awesome. I had so much fun. But okay, thank you so much. We're running a minute behind, Julia. I appreciate you so much. Right now, we have another awesome artist. She is really making a lot of noise around my area. I'm seeing her all over Facebook. People are talking about her. People are recommending we got to get her on the show. So I am so excited. She's an up-and-coming singer-songwriter. So let's get her on the show and figure out what she's all about. Please welcome Julia.
Hi.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing well, thanks. So thanks for coming on the show.
Thank
Tell
you
us a
for
little bit
having
about
me.
yourself.
So I'm 12 years old. Ooh. I'm a singer-songwriter. And I've just been performing anywhere I can, like Key West, Georgia, New York City, pretty much every chance I can get, either, doing my own set gigs or joining for guest appearances or open mic nights. I love doing those because it's just a place where, like, I feel like everyone can just connect to because of how it's just a place where everyone shows their talent. So I just really love open mics for sure.
Yeah, open mics are great. There's usually a lot of people that want to play a little bit of their own music and then connect with other cool musicians and meet new people. So I agree with you. Personally, I think it's a great way for any artist to get out their stuff. You don't have to bring a lot of gear. You don't have to play too long. It's simple. It's fun. I don't know. I love it. So I'm glad you do that too. So
Yes.
you're playing everywhere. You're playing all these different states. You're getting around.
I'm trying to. I mean, we're trying my best, but it's like kind of just like my dad and my family, of course, but then my dad tries to get like gigs. Like last minute we got at the I don't know how to say it, so I don't want to mess it up. But it was a writers round in Nashville, and like literally last minute someone wasn't able to go, so then my dad was like, oh my god, go, just do it. So then we just like, I get lucky sometimes on where and when I can perform, but it's definitely nice, and I definitely try to do my best. So
I know that's exciting, and it's also the hard part about being a musician is playing some like super big show, and then the next night, like playing in front of like two people. I've done it before, and you're just like, oh man, I just played so many people. It's such a head game, but it's also part of the excitement. You don't know what you're going to run into. So now, what got you into music? Because you say you're 12. It's like mind blowing, and you're so talented. Your voice. I was so impressed during sound check. Like, holy cow. But what got you into music?
So, I mean, my parents joke that like I sung before I even could talk. But I like personally, for me, I think when I was younger, theater was a big part of my life. So in second grade, my first big lead was like Annie in the school play. So that was just like really fun, and then I continued on to do more theater shows. But I just felt like it was also like as a character of being someone else. I wanted to, connect with myself and be me. So then I knew I loved performing no matter where it was or what I did. So like I would do open mic nights, but I used to do them with tracks. So it was really, really hard to like connect the tracks. And then I was just like, I can't do this. I'm just going to learn to play the guitar, and I'm just going to, that's going to be my thing. My guitar and then me. So
I know that frustration. You would get to the open mic and you'd be like, hey, dude, here's my thing. Can you play it? And they're like, I don't know how to play it. And then I know it's like always a challenge every time. You're like, you know what? Forget this. I'm just going to do it another way. And that's the best way to do it. And sometimes that's like, it's those hurdles that help direct you and steer you to become the artist that you're meant to be. So that's so cool.
yes, it really is. Sorry.
Now, sorry. What were you saying?
No, I was just gonna say that it just really is, and it definitely like helped me find myself and what I love. So
now, is there an artist that's been inspiring you lately, or just since the beginning, or like one that you're like, oh, I wish I could write that song or something like that?
So I know this is a really basic answer, but Taylor Swift, I saw when she was 12 years old, or I don't know, maybe like older. She had this interview, and she was talking about, because she used to play with the 12-string guitar, and when she asked her guitarist, like her guitar coach, he said, oh, you don't have to worry about that. You're never going to be, like, it's just going to be too hard for you to play a 12-string guitar. And then she got it for Christmas the next year. And then she said she played it until her hands bled, and that was like the same thing with me for Blackbird. I usually, once I find like a song or something that I connect to, I just keep doing that until I drill it like perfect. Or at least, it's kind of hard to get perfect, but at least 80 or 90% there, so I can always have room to improve. But she's definitely someone that I look up to as an artist, as a person.
Now, are you going to her latest concert? I know the tickets were like so hard to get. I knew someone who was so funny. He was like someone I knew from a long time ago, and he ended up coming to the bank where I work. And he comes in, and he was so excited to get him for him and his granddaughter. But the craziest part is he's a bigger fan than her. I was like, what? I'm like, Antonio, you're like a 60-something-year-old dude. He's like, bro, you understand her music, this and that. I'm like, okay, dude. I play her song Trouble. I don't sing it though, but we play it. Now, which ones do you play by her?
Oh, I love her old ones. I love Teardrop on my guitar. Probably, her old ones I feel like are like most for me in a way. I love. I'm trying to think of like her albums. I love 19. What is it? 1998 or 1999?
I know what you mean though.
That's a good one. And then I definitely. Your question was. You had
it's a song that you like to play.
Tickets.
I don't know it.
So we tried to get tickets. My mom tried to do a little bit.
Then he goes, he's talking about tickets to the concert. I thought you meant the song
He
tickets.
just thought there was a song named Tickets.
I know. Don't make fun of me, all right? Remy always makes fun of me.
I wouldn't be surprised. She has so many songs.
I know.
Don't defend him.
Yeah. I'm gonna shake it off, okay? Listen. I know that one. I like that one. I'm sorry. Keep going.
That was a good one. We tried to get tickets, but it shut down, and then my mom had to go back to work, so we were just like, ugh, it's gonna be really hard to get these. So unfortunately, no. I'm hoping I can get Pink tickets because I love Pink so much.
She took on her performance too.
So I'm really hoping that I can get those because ever since I was 10, I really wanted Pink tickets because she was also someone I looked up to because of just how she performed. Like the way she performs is amazing. She spins and does aerial stuff and it's just crazy. So I definitely want to get tickets to see her.
And she's got a very powerful presence too. Yeah. Like really commands the stage, really commands the spotlight. It's so amazing, like to watch different artists. Like some of them are a little bit more timid and they entrance the audience in a certain way, and then some just like get out there and they like rip you. And you're like, it's amazing how art works like that. Now, how did you get into the Beatles? I'm like such a Beatles fan. I love Blackbird. How did you get into them?
So I like songs that impress people, and I always loved the Beatles. I think there was a movie called Yesterdays, and that movie it was almost like a story that the Beatles never existed, and it was like this person remembering all of the Beatles songs and then rewriting them to become like that. And I just realized the Beatles are such a popular music band, and everyone knows pretty much a lot of their songs, so it's always such a crowd pleaser. And then once I heard Blackbird, I kind of twisted it into my own way, and it was really it's a cool thing to do on guitar too. So that's Blackbird, and then twisting it and then having it on guitar just sounds really, really cool. And then people know it, so they're able to sing if they like. And then it's just something that I love to share with the crowd and stuff.
I love it. Well, I'm ready. I'm ready to hear it if you're down to play it.
I popped it right out.
You like that, Ray? I'm ready. So no, if you want to play another song, don't worry. But I'll be back. How many are you gonna do? You think?
I don't know. I'm thinking 2. Probably Blackbird and then an original.
Ooh, okay, cool. All right, when we get back, tell us about the song and what it means and all that.
Okay.
All right, and do we have to change settings or you're good? Did we put on the echo cancellation thing? Take it off, right?
I'm pretty sure I did.
Okay. All right. If it doesn't, if
we're good.
Okay, perfect. See you in a minute.
Okay. So this is Blackbird. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these weeping eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. Blackbird singing in the dead of night. Take these weeping eyes and learn to see all your life. You were only waiting for this moment to be free. Blackbird fly, blackbird fly into the light of a dark black night. And then this one is childhood. And this one talks about not fitting into a certain body type or a certain look for someone, or a certain group, you know, as since I'm in 12th grade, I'm not in 12th grade, I'm in 7th grade, there is a bunch of like body shaming or not feeling like you fit into a certain look or you're not pretty enough. So this one's called Childhood. I was just sing it. I sing it a lot. Everywhere I can. It's definitely a place. It's sad, but it's something I feel like everyone connect to, no matter like what age. So. Perfect waist and pretty face. Why can't I look the same? 'Cause everyone knows her name. Hoping I'll be her one day. 'Cause I don't know if people realize what they say. 'Cause I was hurt when I was told, fix your weight. And I think I knew that I didn't look the same from all the other girls that are my age. 'Cause then I'll stop eating, then I won't feel feeling. So I put on a tight dress so I could look like her. Then I look in the mirror, I think that I'll look good. Then I go on my phone and see the girls in Hollywood. What is this childhood? If I go shopping with my friends, I try to hide every part of the body that I'm in. 'Cause I don't wanna be looked at different. So I hide my skin. 'Cause then I'll stop eating, then I won't feel feeling. So I put on a tight dress so I could look like her. Then I look in the mirror, I think that I'll look good. Then I go on my phone and see the girls in Hollywood. stuck with these same old words. What is this childhood? I don't know if people realize what they say, 'cause I was hurt when I was told, fix your weight. And I think I knew that I didn't look the same from all the other girls that are my age. What is this childhood?
Holy smokes. I was like almost crying over here. You almost had 3 people in tears. It was so beautiful. Oh my God.
Thank
Really.
you.
I felt you could really connect with the lyrics. And I think that's such a hard thing to do as an artist is write lyrics that really mean something to someone. And I think we could all relate to some of the things you were singing about in that song, you know, some more than others. But like, oh my God, I was like, and then we all just stopped and started listening. And I looked, Remy almost started crying. Let me bring her on. Remy.
You were crying. So
I
don't
know.
even-
No, listen, I only have one tissue. Guys, this is Remy and Nick. What's up?
Hey, that was great.
Thank you.
Amazing. Thank you. Really.
Yeah, that was really well written and very well performed.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're 12, but your soul is like 130 or so. It's
I know.
Yeah. We were all discussing how impressed we were with your songwriting and how Jimmy nailed it, how you unlocked being able to really connect with somebody. When did you start writing? Like, how old were you? Because you've really nailed it already.
Yeah, it's like damn impressive.
I like used to write like little clippets of songs, like a chorus or maybe a verse, but I never really finished a song. And then my first, I would say, finished song was like for a talent show I did with my friend. And then the first one I actually like, not I produced, but got produced, and it's like out on all platforms. It's called Steel Glass. And that one I wrote when I was 9 and then produced or came out at 10. But obviously, like, the writing isn't as like matured as it is now. So some of the writing of Steel Glass is like a little bit, 10-year-old, 9-year-old writing. But I definitely like to write because instead of, crying sometimes I do. I think everyone can, but like crying or like going in my room and not feeling welcomed anywhere, I usually just write a song about, what I feel in that moment or how others can feel. Or I see a story and then I think, wow, that could make a good song. So then that's usually what I do.
Yeah, like a message that connects with people or that you think like this is gonna mean something. I think you really done a great job with it.
Thank you.
Now, are you a fan of Jewel?
Yes.
That's what I said.
She did.
Oh, did you really?
I said to Nick, you were out of the room for a second. I said, I bet you she's a Jewel fan.
I had some hints of her first album, Pieces of Me or Pieces of You, I forget. But honestly, you should study some of the techniques, like the background instruments, because I feel like you got an album brewing in you. And she like uses minimal drums on the album. Sometimes it's just like a brush going around the snare, like really light. Like it's about her voice and the song, not the instruments. Yeah. And I feel like that's what you need. You got some great stories. I think you're going really in the right direction. Dad, great job. I was talking to him before. You guys are awesome. You're a great team. You were saying that he's a big driving force, and you're lucky to have him. So that's awesome. Sure. And okay, and tell me about this. What's some of the coolest things you've experienced at shows, like playing live so far?
I definitely like when I say my age because I realize some people actually debate on it. Like I was in Georgia, and there was like a table of like a bunch of like, just a bunch of people, and I usually like say my age later because I want people to actually notice me for my voice and not just my age. I want people to, just connect first. So I usually say that later. And usually some people, they're like, oh my God, I knew it. And they're like, no, I thought she was like 18. So I even got someone who said I was like 21. And I was like, oh my God.
You're like, what? You're like, all right, buddy, you better settle down. Bartender, you better look out this guy. No, I know. That's awesome that you get those reactions. And well deserved. I mean, like, because you know what it is? Like Remy was saying, you have the soul of a 130-year-old. Like your music, your singing, the passion behind it is well beyond your years. But it doesn't even have to do with that. It's just really good, period. You know? Then just the age factor is just like extra. Wow, how did someone get so good? Like I've been singing a minute, like 2 minutes, and I still never be half as good as you. And you're just like at the beginning of your journey. So, all right, now let me ask you this: are you trying to explore other instruments? What are you thinking? Are you like, oh, I better learn how to play drums a little bit or something crazy like that, or what?
So when I was 3, I asked my mom and dad. I was like, please get me a violin. I really, really want a violin. So that was my first instrument, was violin. And I played that. I still play, just like not as intensely or like musically. That was my first instrument. Then my next instrument, I have it right here, hold on, was my ukulele.
Nice.
And now it's really tiny now, but that instrument, I played a long time. And then, but it's hard because I just, it's not like super, I mean, it's convenient, but it's just, tiny. So I wanted something bigger. I always used to play around with piano, but I really want to get some lessons for that, for sure. And then I, did guitar, so.
That's awesome. Yeah, piano's so cool. It's like,
for sure.
Plus, once you get in the studio and it's a synthesizer, then you can do like every instrument with it. You're like,
Here you go, producing your album.
Hey, listen, I'm here to help. No, I got a couple ideas. No. So honestly, and now when you perform, is it mostly just you, or do you ever like sometimes like have a couple of dudes that might come play with you, or no, or how does that work? Like the open mic, probably some people try to sit in. They're like, oh, do you need me to help play with the little? I know how they are. I used to host an open mic. They're like, oh, can I play lead guitar for you? Like, no, you're ruining the song.
It's pretty much a mix of everything. Sometimes I like guest perform. So like usually when I guest perform, that means like they already have a band but sometimes I guest perform for solo acts. So then I just do my act like a little bit after. Open mic, I have like had the experience of like someone, I mean, it personally never happened to me, but I know someone I know had like the same exact story as you, and he was playing, and then all of a sudden a bunch of people just started joining with like a drummer and then like a violin or but they played it like weird, so they played it like that way instead of that way.
I know who you're talking about. Listen, I'm not gonna say names, but he had white hair.
I don't know his name.
Yeah, white hair.
Yeah, I mean.
Yeah, I know
really cool.
exactly who you're talking about.
What is going on right now?
Listen, because I used to run the open mic at a pretty cool spot up at the stand-up house, and I know exactly. Don't worry. Yeah. Oh my God, Julia, you're so funny.
So it's just a mix of everything. Sometimes I recently did this really cool band. His name's Garrett Gardner, and he was on The Voice, and he let me get like he was like season 2 maybe Voice 3, and so but I got to, and that was really really cool because his band is super good. And then I have like other experiences with other bands, and then just a mix of everything.
Do you ever go to Hansel's in Oakland? They have an open mic there. They used to, at least. You should go there.
Okay.
There was a dude there that plays there. He like sends up like xylophones, and he was nominated for a Grammy. And then the one guy, John Lennon's son, Julian, whenever he goes on tour, the guy that does like the open mic there is his guitarist. So there's like some interesting people there that are like, yeah, Hansel's. Wow. There's like some talented people there. You'd be surprised. Just saying, like, it's good to rub elbows, get to know these people. Cool. Yeah. Maybe they pull you in for something. I used to host the open mic at Jigs, And there was this fella, he passed away, unfortunately, but he played with Les Paul for 30 years. His name was Lou Paolo, and he was such a good dude. He would always bring people up on stage with him. So it's exciting, but you were really on the road to success. I'm so excited to see. You said you were in 7th grade before. So, like, you just have, like, so many cool experiences coming your way. I'm so excited for you, and I'm so thankful you came on the show. Matt was definitely right. I'm glad we had you. Your performance rocked. It was, honestly, your original was one of the top performances we had here. It really just struck emotion. We all were, like, silent and just, like, looked at each other. Remy got emotional. She always cries when she looks at me because I'm so ugly. She always just gets so sad. That's why that song could really relate to me. I got it. Remy's like always like,
yeah, he was really the one crying.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take the rap for it. It's all right. But you were great. And on top of, your music ability, honestly, you're so insightful for your age. Like I'm so blown away by you, really.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I mean, just real quick, I mean, if you guys really like Childhood, you could definitely check it in Spotify or like any other place. And then I also have an EP too when I wrote when I was younger. But it's every place. So some people have favorites. So if you listen to it, let me know which one your favorite is. Because I always love to know like what people's perspectives are on my songs. So
yeah, and it gives you direction to head in too. You're like, all right, this song, these types of songs are really connecting with these people. I got to go a little bit more this way, or at least see if I could, do something even better than that in that realm. So I get it. That's great. I love that feedback too. It's like you just want to know like what song is connecting with you.
Yeah.
So, well, thank you so much. And you basically said where everyone should go to check you out. Go to find you at Spotify, Apple Music. You're on all the regular social medias. So thank you so much for checking us out. And what is your last question? What is your favorite cover song to perform?
Blackbird.
Really? Okay, there we go. Bingo. All right, yes, you're in. All right, well, listen, congratulations and thank you so much for coming on. You were awesome. Hope you have a great night. And tell Dad we said hi, and we'll talk to you soon.
Yes, you too. Thank you.
All right, good night. Bye.
Good night.
All right, guys, I'm back with these two scallywags. Guys, what a fun show, man. We had some really great artists on.
Yeah.
Like, everyone was a great talent. Not everyone performed. The first guy did. We had a cool video he made for us because that is tricky.
Yeah, and it was recorded specifically just for the show, so the performance was done in the last couple of days. So it was special just for the show, so that was pretty awesome. And
that was an exclusive premiere for
Stereo
us.
show.
Exactly.
Exclusive.
We
only seen here, folks.
Honestly, throughout this series, we've had a bunch of exclusive performances.
It's true.
Oh wow.
Yeah, we've been lucky to have a lot of different guests, a lot of guests doing stuff special just for the show, performing live for here and doing pre-recorded stuff. And tonight was extra cool and special because everybody was so different with their styles and their music, but it was all really good stuff.
Speaking of performing, and tonight, that's exactly what Nick's going to be doing at the Midnight Special. So listen.
Get your dollar.
Get your virtual dollars out, folks.
Guys, so get down here by midnight because, bring real dollars. Nick likes the grime.
Ew. Sweaty dollar bill right in his G-string.
Oh my God! No, that's the one thing I hate about working it with money.
Yeah, I have to say that too. Being in the job that I work at, especially that I count bar money sometimes, you get some interesting smells and textures of money. So I'd rather avoid this.
Do you wear gloves? Literally, Bram, me and Remy are twins. You have no idea.
No, but I wash my hands afterwards.
Oh,
dude, I'm gonna wash my hands.
Jimmy would be the hazmat suit before you touch that shit.
Listen,
the worst I had, it smelled like someone just smoked a bunch of cigarettes on them.
I'm good.
That's not the worst, bro.
But it was
it's
powerful.
like asshole.
Yeah, that.
I'm thinking like someone's got in their back pocket,
like throw up, like poop, feces.
We haven't gotten that bad. No, thankfully.
A little brown stain on it,
Here and there.
Have you ever? I don't know if I can say this, so I won't. Actually, I will. Have you? No, I'm just kidding. Maybe I should. I don't know.
Just say it.
I can't. But let me say this. I can say this. Have you ever worked at a place that rented pornographic material and had to put
No.
cameras in because someone relieved themselves in the back
Did you work
room.
at one that had like one of those like little velvet doors?
No, but it had like those Western style doors that would swing open, and this is all you hear.
Was it like a blockbuster or like a hometown
No, it was
video
even
type
better.
place?
It was a hometown video, but it was called Easy Video. But the fellas that worked there knew it as Sleazy Video.
Oh, God.
It was the best. What a dream job! And the best part about it was everyone that worked there was friends. Everybody was friends. So it was like you were just going to hang out with your buddies all day long. Oh, it was the best. Man. We all hung out after work.
Alphabetizing the pornos.
Listen, I'll still remember the color codes today. You had what was it? The red, the blues, the greens. What was the women's one? If anyone out there is watching that worked the Easy Video, what was your women's colors? Was it yellow or pink?
Comment below.
Comment below if you think it was yellow or
Saving
pink.
Ryan's private.
No, that Mateo. That was actually.
Mateo's in heaven.
I swear to God. Did I tell the story before? Because that's actually the name of the movie. The Saving Private Ryan had just come out. So like back in the day, like the pornos used to be real creative. They had scenes in them. I only heard about them. I never watched them because like I'm like, don't do that. But I performed in them. And whenever I perform in them, there's always like these really elaborate scenes. I'm seeing you two are paying attention.
No, I was not. It's
I know. I got him. Ladies and gentlemen, my name is Dirk. Dirk Diggler.
I was just going to say, all right, Diggler.
You see? Oh no. I'm getting called out. And they've been told this so many times. Well, listen. At least the story's consistent. Okay? I can't help it. I'm getting senile. And I can't remember things. But listen, you know what I can remember? That these are two of the greatest co-hosts, guys. This is episode 109 in the books. That means the next episode is the season finale. This was a show, a podcast that started, it was birthed out of the COVID-19 pandemic. Mm-hmm. We said, you know what we're going to do? We're going to still get together and hang out every week and bring music from all these artists that are being stuck indoors. And it turned into some really cool moments. I don't know how. I lost track because my computer crashed and I lost every single piece of information. It's true. So sad. But we've interviewed hundreds and hundreds of artists. I mean, easily, what do you think, 300-500 artists? I really don't know.
I'd say it's easily at least 350 to 400 easily, no doubt, because we've had some guests that returned throughout the episodes. Sometimes we had
that's how much fun they had. They came back.
Yeah, some episodes we had like 3 or 4 guests. Some episodes we had even more, especially some of our finales.
Yeah,
we've packed.
Yeah, you're right.
Guests.
We'd have like huge. I think they call them orgies. I mean, group gatherings. But what happens is it orgy if your clothes are on, but there's penetration?
I don't really know. I don't know where the line. I'm not sure.
It's called an orgy.
It's called a borgy. Borgy. Their clothes are on. Boring. I need total. No, but never mind. I forgot. Nick doesn't want me talking about this stuff. He's really strict. He's like, Jimmy, no talking about this. All right, guys, Code Red, we got to go. I love you. Get out of here. Thanks for watching. Really, guys, thanks for tuning in. We got one episode left. It is the one where we will be revealing something very special. Stick around and find out.